Okay, good. Just shake the whole body out. Oh, shake the arms. Circle the body. Shake the legs. Okay, take bokken. Some bokken work. Okay, nice and easy. Just go into the first Suburi. So, right side forward, find in the back, and find in the cut. In your own time. Good. Okay, go to Zengo, Giri. So cut in front and back. Nice and easy. Left side, right side. Okay, good. Just one point with this. See if you can really kind of activate the hips all the way through the movement. So keep the hips engaged all the way through the cut and the movement, the rotation here, this movement here. So go a little bit slower, less power, and just really focus on the hip, really active all the way through the movement so that the hips are constantly pressing in. And it's not a case that I kind of finish the hips and then cut with the arms. Finish the hips and then cut into the arms. So really get a sense that one movement of the body, really engaging from the hip. Really make the hips work all the way through the movement. Okay, give it a try. Go a little bit slower and less power. Just really focus on hip engaging. Engage. Hips engage. Good. Okay, we got to number 2. So nice and basic. Take your time with it. So really find the kamae, and then just roll back with the body. Raise the sword. From here, reach in the back, and then pressing the hips forward. And then really take your time coming back into the kamae. Nice and relaxed, and then just roll back. Find the Jodan kamae, and then cut it. And release. Nice and slow in your own time. Number 2. So in 3 steps. 1, 2, and then returning. Yeah, go ahead. Number 2. Okay, good. And in this case, again, just to really focus on the hip work. Also make it really clear that you're actually starting in a triangle stance already. So be careful to avoid this position, which is kind of straight on kamae. This is okay for kendo and all these different kinds of arts, but in terms of aikido, you're really working from a triangular position. It means the sword's slightly wedged off to the side. So really going to follow the hips. In this case, the hip work really allow the hip to really roll. This, and it's not looking back and be in this position. So really, again, try and really engage the hips. And from here, really press the hip forward. Okay, so you're always going to work in a kind of triangular stance with the hip. So one hip's always takes prominence. In this case, the wedge kamae, and then really roll the back hip, and then press it forward this way. Yeah. Just really work on the hip work, working with triangles through the movement. Interference. Okay, good. And then how I move the hips will also affect how I'm using the arms as well. So just be careful of this. In this case, watch. Let's go into this position. If I don't really do the work with the hips, then the arms kind of have to do this kind of work. Kind of opening the elbows out in this way. If I don't really move the hips, then this movement happens with the arms. Feel that the arms just spin this way. So in the same way we use the arms through all the cutting motion, have the sense that the hips are really going to open and that the arms can just basically follow this way. But I want to avoid this position. I'm basically opening the elbows out. And I'm working against the joint. So and I'm actually working I'm working the joint in a weak position. So I'm just really going to roll, keep the elbows down. So hips open, but elbows kind of heavy and down. And just try and avoid this position, but the elbows are basically coming out of the stroke. Okay? So see if you can really maintain this through the body. But the elbows are basically always down and heavy. Okay, give it a try, but you're still going to raise them. Whoa, I've got lots of interference. Okay, give it a try. Yeah, good. Good, better. Good. Nice. Good. Okay, we'll get to number 3. So, get in the same wedged position with the body. I'm just going to roll back. In this case, the sword's going to follow the spine up. Straight up through the body. Open, shoulders wide, and then sinking down. Sink down into the hips. So the hips, the knees, they're all going to sink down. Find a position and then spring out of the cut. In this case, it's using the top of the head, not going with the body. So rolling back, stretch. Nice deep breath in. And then a nice deep breath out with the cut. Okay, good. We're just going to number 4. Just do it on the spot. So in this case, start with number 1, setting on the right side. And just bring into the back, feet together, and then dropping down. And just really focusing on the hip work. Really pressing the hip in, and then pulling down to the hip. Keeping a nice slow movement. Rolling.
Michael?
Yeah. I'm just here.
Does your hand change the
Oh. Say again.
Yeah, so when you go from the right to the left,
Yeah.
I don't have to do this next time. When you go from the right to the left, how does your hand change again?
Right to left. Got this position as you're in the right side. So I go and basically with the transition here. This way. And then I'm basically working in a closer position this.
Okay, so when is your transition? Is you're actually lifting the bottom up, or is it bringing it down again?
Yeah, and then as I raise, I'm going to make the transition here, and then as I raise on the right side, I'd make the transition. The transition's being made in Suburi when we. So it's basically as I'm finding the head. So during the transition, and the same transition when you make the Zengo. The transitions make just as I find, and then make the cut.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
On the sword.
Michael, with the footwork,
yeah.
Left and right are a little different. When there's something going on in the background, like
a lot of noise,
like Cylons invaded the, kind of.
I don't know if it's legal.
Okay. When we cut on the left side, we kind of angle our foot, kind of like this, because of the space is a bit jam, right?
Yeah.
In this case, when you do it on the spot,
yeah.
Are you purposely kind of leaving the left a little outside and kind of with an angle, or are you just going straight?
Yeah, good. Okay, good. You can see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, good point. So when you work on the right side, try and show the feet this way. When you work on the right side, you really clear hand me this way.
Yeah.
In the foot this way, and then as you say, when you change to the left side, I make a slight adjustment in the hammy, so that I'm not
also foot.
That I'm not really in this hammy.
Yeah.
With this one, but when I'm slightly opened out, then basically
Yeah, that's what I mean.
this position. So it's basically you're going to work in the heel area, and in the same when you do the cuts on the spot, look for the same position, because that position is basically where I'm going to be able to find really a comfortable position. So find that position here, even though you're working on the spot. So I'm basically going to work just slightly wedged off, just ever so slightly into the heel. So yeah, do the same. Look for the same footwork. So these three, I basically make three adjustments on the left side. The first one is the hands. This is the clearest one. So making the change in the handwork. The other one is the feet, that I'm in this kind of position rather than the classic hand meet on the left side. And the third one is that my cuts are less extended than the right side. So if I cut with the same amount of extension out, then I'm basically the body's pulled forward.
You were frozen, Michael.
Frozen. Oh. Still?
No, not anymore, but your talking was frozen with you.
Okay. Can you all hear? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you've got if I use the same kind of extension I've got on the right side on the left, then whatever I do is going to pull me out. So
Okay.
the third adjustment, you've got the handwork, you've got the footwork slightly changes, and the cut is slightly closer to the body. So slightly less extension on the left side. And that's why almost all the forms we do when we do a partner work finish on the right side, because the right side's the stronger side and the left side's the weaker side, just because of asymmetry in the grid. Okay, so there's these three adjustments: the hand, the foot slightly changed, and the foot is slightly closer to the body, just for the.
Okay, thank you.
Good. So just look on the left. Just see if you can feel the adjustments that are needed. Okay, good. And we just go to number 5. So go straight into this one, just on the spot. Again, just using the head this time. Just again, focusing really on the hip work. So hips coming in. And now the back hip's going to do more work. So really opening out the back hip to allow you to find the yokomen strike. So rolling in. And just focus on opening the back hip out a little bit more. You're a little bit wider into the movement. Right. Give it a try. So left side, right side, yokomen uchi. And just watch that. One of the dangers in terms of this cut and opening the hip workout is that I start to work off center, and then the cut's really ungrounded. So in this case, what I can do is start to kind of work off center. In this case, the sword's really traveling outside of the center of the body. So you're off the center, or you're on the back hip, but you're not totally off the center. So just really watch in this case that you don't go into these kind of positions where I'm basically drifting off the center. And then the cut has this feeling of being either tense in the arms or just with no real sense of weight. There's no real sense of focus through it. So if I slip off the center, then I can't really focus the center through the cut. So in this case, focus on opening the hips out without really cutting off the center line or cutting off center. Don't think about the center line, just the center. So feel that the hips all still connect through the sword and not in a case that I work off the hip bone. So open them out without cutting off So really get a sense that the hips really still behind, even though I'm working on the back hip rather than, this is why the Shomanuchi is so the kind of baseline for us, because we work really with the full center through. And in this case, you're working with the hip off, hip out this way. So open the hips out, but don't cut off the center in this case. Yeah. That's good. Nice. Good. Okay, we'll work with number 6, just working in 2 directions. So you're going to find the back, find a yokomen this way. And then from the front foot, ski in. Now from here, roll to the back. Find the yokomen, find the thrust. So just alternating right and left. Finding the yokomen, finding the thrust. Yokomen, ski.
Michael?
Yeah.
And can I see your shoulder when you do the left cut? But can we see you from the front?
This
Yes.
left side. Here. Here. This way.
And can you also turn a little bit? After you finish without changing your position. Yeah, I want to see from, yeah.
Go. Go.
Now, can you just rotate a little bit to backwards?
My
But
way.
don't you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Because this is a very difficult shoulder position that I'm trying to
Yeah.
understand. Without lifting the shoulder up, you know, it has to be even, but
Yeah.
also forwards a little tricky.
Good. Just watch it. This is really easy that the shoulder gets pulled out.
Yeah. Also gets up occasionally.
Yeah, up. So just get it. Then you can sink it out. Sink it down.
But it's attached. This is a little attached to your body, right? When you do the left, your arm is just a little upper part.
Yeah,
Just
it's
space.
the space between it. So it's not kind of it's not kind of squeezed down.
Okay, it's not squeezed, but it's kind of.
It's like there's a sheet of paper just between it.
Okay.
A few sheets of paper that way. So it's extended out. I do that, and it's really tight. So the shoulder's in structure, but it's basically just pressing down. I've got no out in the movement.
Okay.
So, oh, more here. This way.
Okay, thank you.
There we go. Okay. Just explore, in this case, slightly different directions. So just stay with number 6. In this case, go into the cut thrust. So you're basically going to cut through and then thrust this way. So just play a little bit with the direction. Going to cut in and thrust out of it. Take a pause here and then just find a new direction. Cut in, thrust. Cut, thrust. Take your time here, just roll out, cut, thrust. Thrust. Cut, thrust. Cut, thrust. Yeah, and you can do this slowly. It's just a matter of coordinating out. So find the cut, find the thrust. Roll into it. Yeah, give it a try. You just flow into it. Find the cut, find the thrust this way. Okay, good. Just watch this. Watch the what's this part? The chest. Watch the chest and the shoulders. So when you cut, what I don't want to do is roll back and then thrust through. Roll back and then thrust through. Have the sense that this whole thing is pressing through. So the whole body is pressing through it. So the chest, the upper body just presses in. Now the arms are flexible in the connection that the sword moves out, but it's not in the case that the body swings back to press through. The body swings back to press through. So try and get the connection where you're actually just pressing away forward with the body, but the arms need to be flexible to do it. So press in and then press in this way. Press in, press in. And keep the shoulders wide. So they're basically going to cut in and cut forward this way. Thrust forward this way. So find the cut, find the thrust this way. Yeah, give it a try. Just watch the body doesn't. You don't want to get this rocking motion. Just get the sense that you're going to hit. You basically hit the ground with the stride, and then you carry it forward with the thrust. Make sure you hit the ground and thrust out. Yeah. Good. Nice. Yeah, that's it. Oh. Good. Nice. Okay, good. Just do the same with number 7. So this time it's always right and left. So you're going to find the yokomen and find the thrust. In this case, just do them basically. So find the cut, take a nice pause, and then roll through into the cut. Find a new angle, cutting down, thrusting forward. You should do it for the coordination again, hips to hands. Finish the cut in the ground and then roll out of it. Roll out. Okay, go ahead in your own time. Number 7. Good. And then just try bringing them together. So again, taking a pause in between, but find the cut, find the thrust, then change. Find the cut, find the thrust. So just roll one into the other. Make a full movement of find the cut, find the thrust. Just feel the basic, what you want to do is continue the work of the center. So really allow the center continue work through into the movement. Just allow the hips, the center, everything to continue through the moves. Okay, give it a try. Just take a pause between the ski and finding the next cut.
Michael?
Hello?
Okay, just double checking. When you're doing the from the cut to the thrust,
Yeah.
do you change your grip or not?
During the movement?
Yes.
Yeah, in this case, yeah. So in this case, when I'm in movement, the hands are quite loose on the sword. And then when I find the thrust, then I'm fixed into the grip. So just think as a kind of general rule, as long as the sword's in motion, the hands are quite loose. And it's only really when I'm making a strike or an impact that I'm gonna find the hands and I'm gonna grip the hands on the sword. So in this case, the sword's basically in movement. I need to kind of release the hands in order to allow the joints to roll through the body this way. If I keep them tight, it tightens the rest of the body. So if I tighten the arms, if I tighten the grip, through that movement, I've got a really tight movement in the upper body. So I want to kind of release that. This, and allow.
So apart from the relaxing, you're not moving your front hand to the back or anything?
In this case, I basically keep the hands as they are.
But just relax in motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
and I basically it allows me to roll through the sword. And in this case, the hands stay where they are. For the between the cut and the thrust, the hands are basically as they are.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Good. Okay, good. We'll do one movement to finish, which is also based on the same hip work, cutting through and then thrusting through. In this case, I just changed the front hand. It's also a really good one for the shoulders, for the structure of the elbow. So in this case, you find the cut this way, and then you roll through this way, the cut this way. And again, the dealer's question, really focusing on the shoulder joint down. What I want to avoid in this case is really this way, using the shoulders like this, and pressing out. So really, in a sense, in this case, you're going to change the front hand, the left hand. So you cut down, and then as you make this transition, slide the hand down, the bottom, this way. In this case, the fingers are going to point forwards, this way, point that way. So in this case, find the cut here, and then thrust through with the body this way, keeping the elbows heavy and down. Okay, give it a try, just to finish. So use the same structure, the same movement pattern. Okay. Good. Okay, good. And see, in this case, just see if you can basically tighten the movement up with the hips up. This way, it's like a coil through the body this way, and then here. Try and avoid, in this case, it's like this, and then this kind of movement. So basically try and find this coil in the hips. It's actually the same kind of coil used here, this way, of thrusting through. In this case, I convert it into this kind of movement. So I have the feeling that this coil is going to release, cut into the ground, and then release it through a coil this way. The feeling's like coiling underneath the ground, and then finding this, and not kind of floating on top in the arms. Really get a sense that you're going to cut in the ground and then roll out from this way, and then opening the hips out. Okay, give it a try. So try and really find this coil in the hip. Nice and stable in the end. Nice.
Michael?
Yeah.
When you raise the bokken and you're in this position, is your right hand somewhere?
Yeah. Good question.
Next to your head or?
Good question. Yeah, just what in this case, just watch the shoulder. So when you make this move, right, so the hand is basically in this position. My aim in this case is for the thrust to finish to the throat. This year. So at the end, I'm aiming the C right to the throat. So in this case, this. So the arms are so I want to keep that. I want to keep the elbow down low. As soon as I do that, then I'm basically I'm screwing out the shoulder that way. I want that.
So your hand is actually in front of your face.
Yeah, it's just in front, and it's not. Ooh, let's see.
It's not next to your head.
It's not here in this position.
For the protection for your head.
Yeah, that way. I'm basically gonna coil straight. I'm gonna coil straight in underneath it this way. Right. So this is really like really an entry movement. This way and here, straight up this way. So the hand finishes just in front of the head. Yeah.
In this position, more or less.
Yeah, that's it. And this is a different feeling from this movement we've done before, where your hands in this position and I'm in this position.
Yeah.
Block.
Protection as a block.
This is really a block covering the head. In this case, this is really an entry which just comes straight in this way. But this is really this is really an entry. Straight through and thrusting in. Good. Yeah, very nice. Good. Okay, last minute. So just play with these three thrusts. So you've got this move thrusting from the front foot. You've got this move thrusting from the back foot, and you've got this move changing hand this way. So just play with it. And it's just a slight cut and then a final thrust. And just play with again play with the angle. So find a cut find a thrust. And you can start to blend them together. Find a cut, find a thrust. Find a cut, find a thrust. You can also work the left side, just play with. Very nice. Okay, good. We will finish that. Nice basic. Right. どうもありがとうございます。どうも。
どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.